Hello, this is your friendly nurse and health coach, and I'm coming to you today on Q&As of sinuses and allergies. And I want to make it clear the sinuses, we want to finish up with them first so you can have all your questions and answer your questions afterwards. The sinuses, about 20 million people a year is diagnosed with sinuses and have to put on uh, antibiotics. 20 million people a year. That's high much sinuses problems is going around right now. And five, it's on the fifth most common antibiotic reason why people give antibiotics is because sinus infections. So that's how important sinuses are. And 91% of patients have fungus sinuses. Even newborn babies have fungus sinuses in their nose. So all sinuses are not just sinuses, bacterial sinuses. Uh, it's also fungus. Got a lot to do with the fungus. And what contributes to sinuses? We call it rhinoceros sinuses when it's affecting your nostrils, your septra, and even affecting your brain some, all in the frontal here. Uh, the sinuses will be affected. And you got your upper respiratory sinus infection. You got your rhinitis sinus infection of your nose. You got a genetic disposition. Some people have sinus infection because it tends to run genetically in their families. And then you got the anatomical sinus uh, infection according to your nasal septum of your nose structure. And sometimes they have to have surgery for that kind of sinus problem. Then you have the environmental sinus problem with the air pollution affecting people's sinuses around them. You also got hormonal sinuses during pregnancy. People just have it during pregnancy. Hormonal sinus problems, and they couldn't hardly breathe and stuffy nose, uh, and when it get too bad of a sinus, you're gonna see the mucus color change into yellow, green, brown, and that's mostly when they said, okay, you need a antibiotic. But a lot of sinuses problems, you don't need antibiotic. It will heal itself over a couple of weeks or so. But if it don't, that's when you can go to the doctor and see what's going on. And some symptoms are minor sinusitis is the headache, bad breath. Yep, I said bad breath, headache, fatigue, tired a lot, coughing a lot. Symptoms of minor sinus problems, inflammation. You got dental pain in your teeth. You may have a sinus problem going on there. You got a fever, acute fever, just come on for no reason or not, no reason at all. That points to sinus problems. And over 12 weeks of it, that's when they begin to look at it a little different as of you really have got a sinus problem. And it turns to the chronic sinusitis, we call that. And in the chronic sinusitis, that's lasting over 3 months, you got frequent exacerbation of it. It just frequently keep on tormenting you. Got pressure in your nose and in your head and all in your forehead and all this part right here. That's where the sinus deal with you right there. And you got a fever all the time. That's when it's really have turned into a sinus infection. Usually starts off with allergies, but then if it's not treated, it can turn into sinus problems. And usually people, the doctor say, okay, I'm gonna have to give you 4 weeks of antibiotics, and they do a culture of your nostrils and see what you got growing there. They give you like 2 weeks of oil steroids to help drop some of the secretions, and then they give you a topical nasal steroid also sometimes. Then you got a treatment for environmental allergies, and they look around and ask you questions of, do you work around certain heavy equipment, a lot of toxins in the atmosphere, or what kind of job you got. And they also will give you some irrigation of saline with your nose, just irrigate your nose with the saline drops. They help drop some of the secretions in your nose. So I just want to clarify about the sinuses and cover that. And I have got questions already, and I'm ready now to receive questions that people have. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm fine. How's everybody doing today? Good to see you. Thank you for asking how I am. Thank you very much for that. All right, I got some questions that some people sent me, and I'm waiting to see if anybody else can put in their questions, and I will answer them also. The first question that I already have is humidity better for us, and why? Why is humidity, better for us? Humidity helps you for your mucus to thin out in your mucus membrane. That's why in the wintertime, the humidity is not high and more people catch cold because there's no humidity to help thin out the mucus in the mucus membrane. So therefore, the mucus get thicker in the mucus membrane in the wintertime when the humidity is low. So yes, humidity is awesome to help thin out the secretions, the mucus in your mucus membrane. That was one of the questions someone sent in. Number 2 question says, what do saline do for secretions? Saline, which is the same as salt water, will help dry up your secretions. That the histamines, remember the secretions, the mucus build up for your allergies and your infection through your histamines, overdoing it and producing more mucus than it normally produced in your body, the histamine substance, because of an IgA have been attacked by a foreign object, a foreign substance that have came into the body, a foreign that it don't recognize. So it starts to produce more mucus than it should do. And that's why you got to dry them up with the salt saline solutions at times. The third question that somebody wrote in was, do all dairy products produce mucus? Yes, dairy products does produce mucus. And that's why if you got an allergy or sinus problem, you need to immediately stop the dairy products until you get over this and solve the problem of your allergy or your sinus problem, because it's going to help produce more and more mucus. A lot of people say, well, I've been taking my medication, I'm not doing no better, something wrong. Yes, something wrong because you have not changed your diet. You need to stay with the dairy products, put them away, and say, I'm not going to take any dairy products till I resolve all this issue of my sinus and my allergy problems. Number 4 question is, what can I do to stop my pets from getting the germs on? But number 1, you need to get your pets to get regular checkups from your veterinarian and make sure their immune system build up. Remember, they have the same sicknesses we have, the pets do. So you need to get them regular checkups. You need to get them vaccines and keep their vaccines up to date. The children need to wash their hands after petting the pets or playing around with them. They need to wash their hands, not go on and put their hands all in their face and all, and that's how they get allergies. So they need to wash their hands. Clean your cages that you put your pets in, your cat litters. Make sure everything stay clean. Cleanness. So also a lot of people use coconut oil. Coconut oil is awesome to help the allergies on pet. They can rub the coconut oil on it. I put a little bit in the water. And coconut oil helps a lot. I know some people put a little garlic. Cut up a little garlic in the dog food. And as far as I know, that her dog have not had any allergies. I had told her to do that far back. I want to clarify the difference between bacteria and viruses. Bacteria is a single cell itself that can survive on their own inside or outside. Anytime you have any kind of bacterial infection, it can survive on the outside or inside your house. But a virus is different. It needs something to live host to feed on. It multiplies when it gets to live stuff. But if a virus just be out there on the chair and be out there so long, it can't survive. It got to have something alive to feed off, and then that virus would multiply. That's why they say wash your hands real good and all. You come from outside, or you handling grocery stuff that other people have handled. Wash your hands real good, be clean. You can wash away the virus. But a bacteria can live inside or outside your body. It can stay there for a while. That's the difference between a bacteria and a virus. Let's see. Somebody sent a fifth question. Fifth question said, do antibiotics work on viruses? No, antibiotics don't work on viruses. Antibiotics works on infections, bacterial infections. Antibiotics only when it's got like a sinus infection. You know, I had it for a while, about 12 weeks or so. But a virus, you need some probiotics sometime on that. Probiotics are very popular now, and most people take them every day, which it is needed. So probiotics, and make sure they got the lactobacillus in the probiotic and the acidophilus in the probiotics. Those two things need to be in your probiotics. If you're taking the probiotics, lactobacillus and acidophilus, for the probiotic to be more effective. against the virus. I know a lady, and she went to the doctor because she felt like she had a sinus infection, and then she went back to the doctor again. She started getting diarrhea and stuff, and the doctor gave her some antibiotics, but she got worse. She was not, didn't get over it. She got worse over a course of over 2 weeks, and she had finished the antibiotics. So she went to a pharmacist, and our pharmacist said, you need a probiotic. She needed the antibiotic made her worse because he treated her for bacterial infection when she only had a virus with an antibiotic. Some antibiotics will make you get worse if you don't need it. So the doctor needed to determine whether you got a bacterial infection or you got a virus. Just got a virus. So he will know how to treat it. Yes, milk and dairy products makes allergies symptoms worse because milk and dairy products produces more mucus. It works on the histamines in the body that already normally produces mucus to keep your nose and your throat dries out. And then it multiplies, the histamine start multiplying and producing over enough mucus. That's what's called the allergy problems. So when you go and drink the milk or eat the dairy products, they are mucus forming, very mucus forming. So you got more mucus building up in your body. And you got a worse problem than you had before. And a lot of people are still taking on the mucus, the dairy products and the milk products, and got allergies and sinus problems. And they don't see themselves get no better. So stop the dairy products and the milk products until you can completely get over the allergies and sinus problems. And if you just can't seem to shake it for some reason or another, you need to leave the dairy products and the milk products alone because they are very mucus forming. All right. Thank you very much for that question there. That's a very even yogurt. Even yogurt is mucus forming. It's got, yes, it's a milk product. It's mucus forming. Yes. Get your probiotics. Get you some probiotics from the drugstore somewhere. Yes, even the yogurt. Because it's got milk in it. Because I've tried it before. And I could tell the difference. I said, oh, no. I can't bother this right now. And at times, I have tried different things and then like experiment type. And when I seen I started like sniffing a little bit, and I'm like, no, that's not for that. So even the yogurt, because it's got milk products in it. All right. Let's see. The fifth question says, do antibiotics, okay, no, we went to that. Sixth question. Are antibiotics needed for sinus infection and why? The majority of sinus infection are not, do not call for antibiotics. You can get over them by taking a decongestion and all these other antihistamine products to get over the sinus infection. Now, another thing that's good for sinus infection is echinacea. Because echinacea is an antiviral, anti-inflammation, anti-pain, antibacterial, Echinacea is awesome. They even got it in the pill or the tea. If you want to do it your natural way at home, put you some honey. And honey got hydroperoxide in it. A lot of people don't know that. And that's what makes honey so powerful. I had an incident happen to me one time that I got stung by a bunch of ground bees came out the ground while I was outside and attacked my leg. And my leg was red, inflamed, pussy, swelling. I could barely make it in my house. And it come to me to get the honey and coat my leg with the honey. And I coated my leg with the honey for 3 days. And after 3 days, my leg was back to normal in 3 days just by coating my leg with honey. Just put it on my leg, on the outside of my leg, on my leg. I didn't have to take nothing internally, just putting on my leg. And I had the real honey, pure honey. That's how popular it is. So a lot of sinus infection do not call for antibiotics. And as I said earlier, you can take some antibiotics and make yourself worse than better if you don't really need them. That's why that probiotics is so awesome to be taken every day in your body. So you need antibiotic only when it's a last resort. So you done had about 3 or 4 months and you done been going through and the doctor said, okay, we got to give you some antibiotics. And you got all this green stuff and brown stuff and all coming out your nose and it's done got really bad. It will help some with polyps if you're wearing a medical mask, but every medical mask is not sealed tight. Because if you ever notice when you're working or wearing a medical mask, you can smell things at times. And if you can smell things at times, anything can get through that mask, really. That mask is not 100% guaranteed that nothing will get through or around that mask. So the pollen getting on your car every day, keep washing it off. Hey, when it rains, we be thankful for the rain because the rain will help clean a lot of pollen away. So a medical mask will help you some. You can work some, but it's not going to completely give you 100% release from pollen getting in there. The main thing is you got to keep that immune system built up. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. The number one thing is to keep that immune system built up. So when those foreign objects come in to attack you, you have something right there to protect you. That immune system build up. All right, let's go to the 7th question. What do you use for sinus infection? Which I just answered that. Echinacea is very powerful. And I drink the tea often. Echinacea is it's antiviral, anti-inflammation, antibacterial. And also echinacea help with the pain. Especially when you got a sinus infection, you got a lot of pain going on. All in your nostrils, all in your head up here when you got a sinus infection. So the echinacea is very, very popular if you want to take something natural. Other than that, you can take nasal, quarter steroids. You can take decongestants. You can take some kind of allergy medication. And you can take some pain medication because most of your sinus infection is going to give you a lot of pain. because it's dealing with your brains and connection to your brain, and all up here on your forehead and between your eyes and all the way to the septum, all the way to the nose. Also, they would take Benadryl and Sudafed also. So you got a lot of pressure building up in your sinus cavity when you got that sinus infection. And as I told you earlier, honey will help you a whole lot with that sinus infection. Put a little honey in some tea, and it works good. Let's see, you got another question here, okay? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, they have proved that the younger you are, especially out under 18 and under 5 years old, are more success, yeah, more susceptible to allergies. See, you got to remember when you're young like that, your immune system is not built up yet. Your systems are uh, still building up in your body, and your immune system is not completely built up the younger you are. And then when you get older, your immune system wear away if you don't take these supplements that we have been talking about, the vitamin C, the zinc, the magnesium, and so you waste away that immune system that you need to help fight bacterial infection. So yes, it has been proven in adults and in young children the allergies are worse. And also in the United States, it's worse allergies than any other country. And they don't know why. They say maybe because of sanitary wise, but it's not proven why. In certain areas, like the United States, that sinuses, remember, 20 million people a year are being diagnosed with sinus infection. That's a lot of people. So, but they don't know exactly why. They can't pinpoint why. Only thing they relate it to is sanitary wise, maybe. They not being sanitary wise. And sometimes you can be too clean. If you be too clean, your body, like, wait a minute, I haven't had time to build no immune to no harmful bacteria because it never entered your body, no harmful bacteria. So if no harmful bacteria enter your body can't build up no immunity to it. So you want that immunity built up in your body, you're gonna have to sometime or another come in contact with these bad bacteria. So you can get all these allergies and infection from not being clean enough, and you can get it from being too clean. But the key thing of all is to keep that immune system built up. That's right. All right. Yes, yes, yes. You got sick quicker. Yeah, of course. Yep. And yeah, people growing up had a lot of sinus issues and allergies. So when you get older, you find out how to build up your immune system more. You know you got to drink more juices, eat more fruits instead of all the junk foods, all the candies. Remember, children eat a lot of candy, a lot of chocolate, all these refined sugars, making inflammation in your body, giving room to allergies and sinus infections to come in. You don't eat as healthy when you're a child because your mother and father giving you everything you want. They giving it to you. They go in the store and you show in that store and you say, "Ooh, I want this, I want this, I want this." You be crying for this, crying for this, and they get it for you. Just trying to, out of love, care, not thinking, "Hey, I'm cutting the immune system down. a lot of cakes, a lot of pies, a lot of ice cream. So that's cutting their immune system down lower and lower and lower. The more they are taking all those sugar, refined starches, breaking their immune system on down. All right, all right. Thank you very much for those questions and comments. I love that. All right, we're gonna go to the next question here, which is question 8. What foods should I avoid when I have sinus infection? And as we discussed a few minutes ago, the dairy products was number 1. Avoid all those milk products and dairy products. Milk and dairy product really is not good for the body. It builds up inflammation in your body. And I told you everything starts with inflammation. Death, sickness, everything starts with inflammation. So avoid with sinus infections and allergies, dairy products, chocolate, which is refined foods, refined sugar, foods with histamines in it. Histamines, stuff with histamines in it. Histamines are stuff that would cause mucus in your body, such as alcohol. Alcohol will cause mucus in your body. Smoking will cause mucus in your body. Fermented yogurt and sauerkraut. Fermented food. Yogurt, sauerkraut, as we said a few minutes ago, is mucus producing because it's got a lot of histamine in it. Dried fruits. Another one. Eggplants, avocados. Get histamine. Get more mucus in your body. Spinach. Get more mucus in your body. Processed food. Smoked food. Shellfish. Shrimps. Lobsters. Why my eyes just swell up when I ate them shellfish and all? Because it produced more mucus and pushed out your eyes and your swelling and build up inflammation behind your eyes and your cheeks and your lips. And your lips start to puck out. Cheese and hey, sometimes the food that we like is the food that we don't need. It's the food that you don't like. Usually the food that you need. I hope you don't have sinus infection either. You in a lot of problems if you have sinus infection. You like cheese and chocolate. You're gonna have to discipline yourself. That's called discipline there. It's a matter of life or death. Hey, chocolate have its benefits and it have its no benefits. Dark chocolate is good for your body. And when you if you ain't got an allergy problem, a sinus problem, yes, it's good for you. It's according to what's going on in your body at that time. But you got to discipline with yourself with it. Not a whole lot of it, just a small amount. Okay. All right, all right, all right. It's a small amount. Dark chocolate, milk chocolate is no good. So concentrate on the dark chocolate. Because milk chocolate, listen what you're saying, milk chocolate, milk producing. Just a little bit of dark chocolate. You just gotta have some chocolate. Hey, that's the name of the game, discipline in life. You gotta discipline yourself with a lot of stuff in life. If you don't never learn to discipline yourself, you won't never get nowhere in life. All right, all right, all right. We're gonna go on to the next question. Next question says, is it safe to say it is better to cook your own food? I would say it's safe to say you better to cook your own food because you know what's in your food when you cook your own food. Other than that, you go out to eat in restaurants, you don't know what they're cooking with, you don't know what's in those food. And they can tell you anything, actually. So if you got allergy problems, you need to call ahead of time at restaurant. See if they're cooking in peanut oil or anything like that. Because remember, dairy products, soy products, wheat products, all these are number one on the list of allergies and sinus infection. So yes, you need to cook most of your food at home. That's the best food to eat, that you know what's in there yourself. That's the problem. A lot of people are eating out a lot and they don't know what's going on in the food. See, number 10 question said, can food elimination diet cause malnourishment? Malnutrition. Yes, you can get malnourished by the food elimination diet. I mentioned the food elimination diet is one of the ways that they determine what allergy or what you're allergic to. So the more you eliminate from your diet, the more you got to replace something that's healthier than what you're eliminating from your diet. So if you eliminate something from your diet, like got a lot of calcium in it, try to replace it with something more healthy that got calcium in it. That makes sense? All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. That food allergies. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's one of the ways, elimination diet. And the other thing with that skin prep diet, when they put a little prep on your skin, and they take whatever you think you are allergic to and put on that little skin prep, where they done prep your skin some, and they wait about 15 minutes. And if they see a red bump raising up in that 15 minutes, you're allergic to that particular allergy substance that they just tested you for. So they eliminate that. They tell you to eliminate that from the diet, whether it be peanuts, wheat, soy, uh, whatever it is, coconut. Some people are allergic to coconut. That's how they do it. And then you got the elimination diet. And then you got the blood test diet, when they go in there and look for the IgE antibody protein that I had told you about, hemoglobin protein. And when they go in there to look at the hemoglobin protein, IgE, they see what number range it is in your body. And if it's out of the range that it's supposed to be in your body, there's, oh, wait a minute, they got some allergies going on here, or they got some sinus problems going on here, or food problems going on, allergies going on here. That's how they detect it. And your IgE number should be from 1.5 to 144. If it's less than 1.5 or over 144, you got some allergy problems going on, or some sinus problems going on in your body. So that's how they detect what. And also the other, there's 4 ways. The 4th way they detect whether you got allergies. They start to do this right here, called sensitivity. Sensitize. They sensitize. They start with giving you the allergy that they think you are allergic to, or you think you're allergic to, in small amounts. And they keep getting in small amounts until you do not get no more symptoms from that allergy. That's how sometimes they eliminate that allergy with your diet. Or they find out whether you are going to be sensitized to that, whether they can make that food or whatever it is you come in contact with, because some people just come in contact with seafood or stuff and they swell up and they get allergic reactions from it. So those are the 4 ways that they determine to detect your food allergies. That's right. You're cooking your own. Oh, okay, okay. Be safe. All right, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, all right. Let's see here. So you can get malnourished on an elimination diet if you don't replace that food with something more nutritious. Because if you keep eliminating everything, guess what? You're gonna run into some problems because you ain't got nothing to nourish your body with. That's gonna help your body. So you got to replace it with something that's more nutritious. Let's see. Someone said 11th verse said 11th question said, do Americans have more allergies foods than others? Yeah, I answered that. Yes, yes, and they don't know exactly why. More food allergies in America. They said possibility it could be sanitary. Let's see. We got another question here. Is IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, a symptom of food allergies? Every IBS, you have a problem with your stomach, digesting food, diarrhea, eating certain foods you can't digest in your stomach. It's not always the IgE antibody protein that's present. If the IgE antibody protein is not present in your IBS syndrome that's going on in your body, it's not a food allergy. It could be something more major going on in your stomach or your intestines. So you need to be a colonoscopy or endoscopy, something the doctor can diagnose you and see exactly what's going on in your stomach, your intestines. So every IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, is not from food allergies unless it's got the IgE antibody in your blood in a large amount out of the normal range from 1.5 to 144. If it's not in that range right there, then it could be a food allergy while you got IBS. All right. It's always got to be that IgE protein out of range for allergy or sinus infection or asthma. Okay, let's see. What do it mean in natural occurring gut bacteria? Natural occurring gut bacteria is an increase in your good bacteria in your gut. You got some good bacteria in your gut. And that's when you need a probiotic when you got a gut problem going on, a bacteria going on in your gut. That's why that probiotic come in so handy and good. Now, eventually, they think they may be able to treat infection with probiotics, but right now, they just using it as a viral thing of something to protect your guts and your body. Because we got trillions of live bacteria in our gut, and some of them are real good bacteria that's protecting us. Let's see. Seafood. Okay, but seafood allergy, iodine is in a lot of seafood allergy, and they ask you that before they give you a CAT scan. Are you allergic to iodine? So it's like a food allergy. Yeah, it's like a food allergy thing. And they can test you for the IgE in it. And if it's got an IgE out of range in it, yes, it's a food allergy. But they really need to go ahead and test you for it to make sure of that. Yep, a lot of people grow out of their allergies as they grow up. They grow out of the allergies. Why? Because their immune system get built up better. So that's why they grow out of their allergies. They start eating more salads and good stuff that they need to be eaten, and don't eat as much candy and sweets and fine refined sugars and all. And so they grow out of some of the allergies as they grow up bigger. Exactly. All right, all right, all right. Very good. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. All right, about 12th grade, you were doing pretty good then. As far as eating some of those salads at school, some of that good food. All right. It pay off. It pay off after a while. You'll see the results of it after a while. Better you eat. Ah, okay, okay. All right, but don't overdo it now. You got to discipline yourself and know how much you eat now. All right. 14th question said, when should I take probiotics? And you should take probiotics on an empty stomach late at night before you go to bed, because you don't want them to interfere with nothing else going on in your body. Remember, these are live bacteria that you're putting into your body. And make sure you put all probiotics in the refrigerator and keep them in the refrigerator, because I had an incident happen to me, and the doctor that I ordered my probiotics from said they don't need to be refrigerated and blah, 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 blah. So I left them out the refrigerator. And I thought about it for a while. I left them out for a while, and I thought about it for a while, and I said, wait a minute, I think I need to put this in the refrigerator. So I put the probiotics in the refrigerator. But after a while, I started taking the probiotics, and then I didn't feel right. And I looked, and I'm like, something wrong with these things. And I had a dream that a lot of little worms and microorganisms was crawling and like maggots in me. And I threw away the probiotics. So I said, I'm not going to listen to nobody else about leaving the probiotics out of the refrigerator. I'm going to keep them in the refrigerator. So I learned a little lesson from that. I learned a little lesson from that. Yeah, you can eat fish now, but you don't mess with the shellfish. I got you. I got you. When you get burned one time from that swelling, your eyes popping out and your face and your lips and all, you don't want to be like that. You don't want to take no more chances. All right now. All right, we got another question here. What food is highest in probiotics? As we say, yogurt is highest in probiotic, but yogurt is milk producing. And I meant to bring my yogurt over here with me. I take a yogurt that don't have no sugar in it, but it does have a little milk in it. Yogurt with the doctor, a bunch of sugar in it, and they got that, I think, CHOBAN yogurt. That's what it is, CHOBAN yogurt. It don't have much sugar at all. To me, it's the safest yogurt to take, because you don't want the sugar, because more sugar, the more inflammation. All right. Another food that's high in probiotics is buttermilk. Buttermilk is awesome. Take a little bit of buttermilk every day. It's a little bit. My mom used to take that. She used to take a little bit of buttermilk, and I said, Mom, why are you taking that buttermilk? She said, for my stomach. She said, it makes my stomach feel better. But she didn't realize probably why. It really was a probiotic that was in the buttermilk. that was making the stomach feel better, because the probiotic was helping fighting those bad bacteria that would get in the stomach. So another food high in probiotic is cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is good to have a little bit of cottage cheese, about a tablespoon or two of cottage cheese a day. And also something we call tempers, Tempeh. Tempeh. It's like a sort of like a protein thing, almost like meat, but it's not really meat. And it's a probiotic. But you can buy it and they eat it like they eat tofu and stuff like that. Sauerkraut is a good probiotic. Sauerkraut. And sauerkraut is good if you want to put on your hot dog or whatever, sauerkraut. And also miso soup. MISO soup. Miso soup is awesome. I love miso soup. Very nourishing to your body, and it's like a probiotic to your body. Miso soup. All right, we got another question here. Is it safe to keep Benadryl with me? I have a plenty of allergies. You better keep some Benadryl somewhere around you, and you don't know a lot of seasons now. You go out to eat, a lot of seasons have got stuff in it too that people are allergic to, because it's mixed with all kind of stuff, and especially seafood stuff. So yes, it's safe to say you need to keep some Benadryl with you at all times in your pocketbook if you got a bunch of allergies and you're not sure what all you really allergic to yet. All right, let's see. Another question is, will it help me to detox my system often for the food allergies? Every time you detox your system is better. The more toxic, more poison you get out your system, the better you are. Closer you are to a better immune system. Because the more the toxin in your system, the more your body gonna have a time trying to fight all these foreign bodies and foreign microorganisms that's come in contact with. So yes, and there's different ways to detox your system. You got all kind of detox. You got your infuser that you can burn in your house, a different incense that can help detox your system. You can take the pill to help detox your system. We went over some ginger and some more stuff that you can detox your system with. So the better your system being detoxed and all these poisons go out your system, the better your immune system gonna be to fight any foreign bodies that come in there. And you have a bowel movement, you need to have a bowel movement no more than 3 days, people, without having a bowel movement. Because the longer that toxic stay in you, the more it's toxifying your system. And when you have a bowel movement, it need to come out whole. If it's coming out pieces all the time, it may stick to your side of your colon. And then you have some problems. Eventually, it'll cause cancer. Because you got all these toxins and wastes that's going through your large intestine. And with the food been broke down in your stomach and your small intestines, and it can cause some serious problems. Why a lot of people have colon cancer. That's why you do the colonoscopy. All right, another question. Yes. Air purifier is awesome, as I said before, for sinus or allergies issues, because you're purifying your air. And as I told you before, you can also cut up onions and put it around in your house. It'll help pull the toxin and the waste out of the atmosphere. All right. Okay, thank you. Thank you for liking the video. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see. Um, is IgE certain antibody normally in the blood? Yes, it is normally in the blood. It is normally in the blood. Uh, as I say, it's got to be in that range from 1.5 to 144 uh, international unit per cc. That's how we say it, international unit, IU slash ML. 1.5 to 144 is your normal range of IgE, the immunoglobulin protein antibody that is in your blood. What disease associated IgE antibody? You got infectious diseases, the immune deficient diseases that fight your good, healthy cells. You got the inflammatory diseases it affect. So you can detect any kind of these diseases through checking your IgE level in your blood. Infectious disease, immune deficient disease, and inflammatory diseases. All right, all right, all right, all right. Anybody else have any more questions here? I'm trying to cover everything. Anybody have any more questions on the infections, the sinus infections, and what you need to do for them? And remember, fungus is sometimes in your nose. It's in the baby nose when the baby born. They're not sure why, but a lot of people with sinus problems got fungus in the nose also. 91%, they said, of sinus infections have fungus. So, all right. And remember, if you steady having a allergy problem, a sinus problem, you need to go and check, have the doctor to check your nose, your anatomical part of your nose, to make sure you hadn't got a deviated septum or something going on in your nose. Some people are born with a abnormality in the nasal cavity that's making them have all of these sinus infections and allergies. So you need to check that out if nothing else is helping you and you still got problems. So I know a lady had surgery. Uh, she was having sinuses so bad, so long, they had to end up having surgery on her nasal cavity. And she, as far as I know, she's doing much better now. But also, she's gonna have to improve her diet though, because you still eating foods that mucus producing a lot, and you already not having some major surgery going on, and you got to wait till that surgery resolved everything. You got some healing going on after surgery for a while on the inside. So you still needed to stay on most of vegetables, fruits, seed, and seafood, because they don't recommend a lot of ham and pork and beef and all kind of meat like that there when you got a sinus and allergy problem. Seafood, if you can tolerate it, yes, they say it's okay. A lot of people want to boost their immune system. They go and get large doses of IV, vitamin C, zinc, and magnesium. So if you want to boost your immune system, and that's what they were doing with some people with COVID. They were giving them an extra boost IV antibodies in their system to help counteract the COVID that was going in their system. In other words, they were playing with that IgE, immunoglobulin E antibody, and it worked on a lot of people. So you want to boost your immune systems. Sometimes there is places around that will give you large doses of IV uh, vitamin C, IV zinc, IV magnesium. That will help boost your immune system. And I recommend it to a lot of people that keep on having allergy problem, and there is no medical reason why. But you also need to check your surrounding in your house, because a lot of people got a mildew, a mold in their homes that's causing a lot of allergy problems too, and sinus problems. So you need to check your home out and your pipes for mold. I mean, it could be just something simple, and you just going through a lot of stuff for something simple, paying a lot of money when you need to check your surrounding of your home. Especially if you got a house that have been built for a while or been there for a while, or you close to an industrial area where they doing a lot of industrial stuff going on. It could seep into your pipelines. So you have to consider that when you got that bad sinus problem, just can't seem to shake it. All right, all right. Anybody else have any more questions before we close out? Next week we will be uh, teaching on nicotine, and the danger of nicotine, and all about nicotine and what it can cause, and what you need to do. That will be our next subject. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. And we definitely need you to be liking, and sharing. Put your notification on, subscribe. Let somebody know we are here. We love you all. You have a healthy and long life. We love you.